Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Thank you very much. Listen, we're on this plane where we're talking about zero talent, right? And again, some of us are not blessed to make things happen. We have to develop it along the way. And so the last time I had talked about being on time, again, I had seen this post by Employ Humanity where they talk about 10 things that require zero talent. So the very first thing was being on time. It's key, right? It is essential to be on time where in regards to respect, in regards to submitting your documents, in reference to just being present in your situation. Today we're going to talk about another, which was number 2. And I think is really interesting because this is one thing that people don't work on, which is their work ethic. Now, when you look at work ethic, I had done some research and I had come across this idea that's presented by Indeed.com. And in this, they talk about work ethic being honest and practice honesty, being able to give and receive feedback and or criticism, and I think that's key to developing your work ethic, because as you're moving along, sometimes you could be moving but not moving in the right direction. And I heard someone preach about this not too long ago about, people having coaches and things like that. Some people feel as though, hey, I don't need no coach or whatever else. But the thing is that as you're developing your work ethic, you need to make sure that you are being corrected, right? And making sure that you're going in the right direction and that you're going correctly. And maybe you don't like the word corrected, right? Maybe you prefer a different term that expresses how you would like to be maneuvered. That might not be the right word either. But I think that you as you're moving forward in your drive to achieve your dreams, your goals, things like that, your work ethic is essential to you achieving that. And a part of that process is just being honest about the direction that you're going in. Originally, it might look like you're going in the right direction, but you could be just spinning your wheels. And then when someone comes to you and says, hey, consider this, look at that, do this research to understand, hey, maybe you are not in the right direction. And as you're becoming or getting into that right direction, hopefully you are organized in that process and you are producing quality work that people can recognize. Which is, as we had spoken earlier in this year, about building your brand, right? Your reputation, things that precede you, things like that. So as you are developing your work ethic, just understand of being honest, which also includes some type of integrity with what you're doing, being organized in your process, developing quality work, also being responsible for anything that comes up around you. So, i.e., anything that deals with communication. Are you having open dialogue? Are you being on time? Are you taking responsibility for not for you having or not having your deliverables done in a timely manner. That's all of these little components develop your work ethic. And again, some of this I found on Indeed.com, and just to kind of help to organize, again, my thoughts, right? Because I want to make sure that you have quality work, you have quality information and things that you can refer to directly to say, all right, this is what Maurice was talking about and how this can be applied to me. So as we go towards our goal of 100 episodes for That Will Never Work for this particular season, I had to develop a work ethic where, hey, am I being honest that this podcast is doing what it needs to do? Am I being honest that I am providing good quality content? Am I doing my research? Am I studying? Am I being organized in my thoughts? Am I providing integrity to say, hey, you know what? This is not all Maurice's idea. It is, you can go to Employee Humanity. Hey, you can go to Indeed.com to follow up to see what it means to move things forward. And ultimately, and this is the last one of the last things that they talked about on Indeed, we're just having humility. Now, they have other points to this, and I'm not going to go through every single point because I really would like for you to look on there yourself, right? But I think humility is one of those things that is missed, because in some cases you have to be humble in order to hear, in order to respond, in order to present, in order to deliver all the things that you need to do to become a success in life. Yes, you can be, a leader. You can be the boss, whatever it is, right? You can be those things. But if you notice, some people that are the most successful are those that have some type of humility. Now, it depends. Maybe it depends also on your definition of success, because success does not always mean money. How many people are you touching? How many people are you serving, right? A lot of that comes from being humble, some sense of humility. So I would love for you to employ some of these pieces to your work ethic. Make sure that you have some of these components as you move forward. It's key to being the best version of yourself. And for those of us that they may not have the talent, right? Again, in the last episode I talked about, or a few episodes ago, I talked about basketball, football, baseball, things like that. Everyone does not have the God-given gift from a football perspective to run a 4.2 40, right? Everyone doesn't have that. But it takes effort. It takes, which is the next the next word. But it takes a great work ethic and effort in order for you to move things along, right? And in that work ethic, you have to be honest. Hey, I am not at this person's level. So what do I need to do? They're in the gym 2, 3, 4 times in a day. Maybe I need to go 7, 8, 9 times a day. Now, granted, it could be overwork, right? It could put more stress on yourself, but are you willing to go above and beyond? So I really would love for you to make sure that, hey, you have some of these qualities. Again, Employee Humanity, take a look at these 10 things that require zero talent. Look at the comments, and be sure to look at on Indeed.com where they talk about work ethic and some points for you to employ into your daily life. Thank you very much for listening.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.